Cossette, welcome to the program. How did you get into theater?
Well, I started when I was 3, and
3?
my mom has been doing theater like before I was born.
What did you do when you were 3?
I was in the show called The Monster Ate My Homework.
And you remember that?
No.
The
only reason I got into it was that my aunt, she was the maid in it.
Right.
And so, I just decided to do because I saw all these kids auditioning.
Right.
And so I just wanted to go up there and
So where was
audition.
this? Was this at 1960 or somewhere else?
This was at Playhouse.
It was at Playhouse. Okay. So that's the first place you ever did a play?
Yeah, I've been doing theater there since I was 3, and this is my first show I've been outside that theater.
Really?
Besides Little Women.
Wow. So you've done Little Women. What other shows have you done?
Well, starting from Monsters Ate My Homework, my most recent ones have been Little Women. I've done a lot of reviews.
Uh-huh.
I was Ida and Hunk Jr. Of course, I'm Dorothy and
But of
Wizard
course,
of Oz.
yes. Yeah.
And then just a lot.
Wow. So, did you enjoy musicals or versus straight plays or just comedies?
Mostly I've been doing musicals
Really?
as long as I can remember, so
Right.
probably musicals my favorite.
So, is your first memories of singing your mom singing or your dad singing, or how does that work?
Well, I don't really remember. I think my first memory was whenever I was made either Jack and the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little girl as just chorus, and then all I remember really is just the show.
Right.
I don't really remember anybody singing.
So, obviously, you got the part of Dorothy, which is huge. Of course, you've known the story before, right? For a long time,
Yeah,
right?
this is the 3rd time I've done this show.
3rd time? Really? So what other parts have you played?
I was a Wicked Witch for my homeschool group, and
Right.
then I was Munchkin and Jitterbug when I was 6.
Well, we keep this up. It's going to be a one-woman show. You have all the parts. So what do you do to prepare for Dorothy?
Usually it's just me being at rehearsal.
Yeah.
Me going through the lines so much, going through the show.
Mm-hmm.
I just naturally get used to saying the lines that I completely remember them.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of lines, so that's this is not a problem. Mm-hmm. Interesting cast. So, it's not the first time you've done shows with other adults, right?
Actually, I think... No, it isn't.
Okay.
I was Molly and Annie when I was 6, so...
Oh, okay. At Playhouse?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a fun show, too. Mm-hmm. And it's a fun show. Who directed that particular Annie?
That was Miss Tina.
She's done that one, because I know she's done it about 6 times. She's, of course, directed it a couple times here, too.
Yeah, she did the most recent one. I was going to be... She said... I auditioned for Annie, and she said I could have gotten it, but I was doing Little Women at the time, so I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. So what roles would you like to do that you haven't done yet?
I don't know. Honestly,
nothing in particular?
No, not really.
You've seen Matilda? You've seen any, or Wicked? Or
I've
any of those?
seen Legally Blonde.
Yes.
I really want to see Wicked this year.
Really? Well, unfortunately, it's playing at the same time that you're doing The Wizard of Oz. But I'm sure it'll come back, or it'll be different, times that you can see it. Mm-hmm. Unless you can see it during the week. I guess they do have shows during the week, too.
Probably, and Maddie's going to do Sunday.
Yes.
The middle Sunday, so maybe I could go see her on that day.
What do you do when you're not doing theater?
I love to read. Mm-hmm. I do horseback riding.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just hang out in my house, just hang out with my friends, play on my iPod.
Yeah, well,
that's about it.
Yeah. Well, about horseback riding, where do you do horseback riding?
I really want to do horseback riding for a long time,
right.
And then my friends, they moved to this temporary house right next to his horse ride lessons. Wow. And so we just all did as a group, and then started to do private lessons.
Wow. So do you notice the different temperaments of the horses? Some horses are real friendly, and some of them...
Yeah, mostly all the horses here, are really calm.
Oh, they're gentle, yes.
Yeah, and then, the horse I've been riding, she thinks she has a growth sore. And so she's, living, she's being stubborn with me. Sometimes I have to use a crop with her.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Just, very lightly tap, and then she's like, okay, I'm going.
Oh, dear.
I don't want to get hit with that.
Have you got a chance to travel different places? Like go to New York City, see a Broadway show, or?
My parents live in New York City. I wanted to go, but I couldn't.
Oh.
Because they're like, no, it'll be too boring. We're just staying there. Cause
That's what they tell you? That go just...
well, they had to go because my best friend, her dad wrote the musical Kiss List.
Okay, yes.
And so they went for the theater fair, and they didn't think my friend would be there.
Oh,
and
okay.
so they're like, no, we'll be like in this cramped space.
Oh, okay.
You won't we won't be going anywhere.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. When we come back, my friend said she's bored because no one was there, and she was just hanging out. I'm like, you had to say that. You had to say she wouldn't be there. And then I've been to Disney World 3 times, and then I think when I was like 3, I went to Bolivia.
Bolivia, that's an interesting. You have all this place, and then you go to Bolivia. So what's in Bolivia that?
My grandma, her family, she's from Bolivia.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Her family lives down there, and so we try to go down there as much as we can.
Really? How interesting. Yeah, because never would have thought about that. Mm-hmm. All right. If heaven exists, what do you want God to say when you get to the pearly gates?
I don't know.
You're going to say, like, would you like to do a musical? You just want to play on your iPod? But I mean, there's a lot more fun doing the musical. Anyway, I know you're going to have a good time in Wizard of Oz, and we'll look forward to seeing you some more. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.